Meet Donald P. Trump. Do you know what the P stands for? Well, if you know me, you might take a good solid guess at what it stands for. It should stand for peace. President Trump has settled a lot of wars. He has. He's been a peace president. He's still trying between Russia and Ukraine, and apparently Melania Trump, and who knows if she's really involved in this. Maybe she is apparently getting hostages out of Ukraine, families reunited. Praise God if that's happening. Praise God. I don't care who's doing it. If it's Melania, she should get the credit. He's stopped wars, probably 5 of them. Now, say what you will about the deal, Hamas and Israel, it's done. So it could stand for P. It could stand for prosperity. Donald P. Trump, I know his middle name is J, Donald John, but Donald P. Trump could stand for prosperity because President Trump is doing a lot to bring manufacturing back here, and the tariffs are leverage. You know, American car companies have been sending their cars to be assembled in Canada, and President Trump says, okay, you can do that, but they're going to be a lot more expensive because we want it done here. And it's not like we're the only one to use tariffs or economic leverage this way. Tax is force. And the government has used it for years to extract, to guide social behaviors. I hate that. But that time is gone. We're past the time where that's not going to be the case. Unless we pass the fair tax, God bless it, the actual fair tax. I'd love that so much. That would just destroy the IRS. It'd be just the perfect way to run the economy. It's probably not going to happen. It's getting closer. So it could stand for prosperity. A lot of things it could stand for. Stand for people. President Trump has a great ability to connect with a lot of people. A lot of folks have decided to hate him, and there's the Trump derangement syndrome thing. But I think President Trump cares about people. And I think that's evident in his response to storms and hurricanes, in response to people who are being harmed by gender ideology. I think he's got a great care for people. I think the fact that President Trump hates war, and it's very obvious President Trump hates war. He's not jumping up and down to go get involved in them. And that's something of caring for people. Now, I know he's doing the war and bombing these ships that are bringing drugs to our country. In terms of loss of life, it's a relatively small number. Now, I'm not the people on the boats have been bombed, and they're not my family members, so far be it for me to say that. But President Trump is taking a militaristic approach to stopping a militaristic assault on our country. The drugs coming into our country, fentanyl, et cetera, are ruining lives. And if they don't take lives immediately, if they don't unalive people immediately, they eventually do. They destroy economies and minds and souls. And it's a militaristic outfit that's doing this. The cartels are militaristic. They send people into our military to get training for a couple of years and then take them out, let them wash out. Sometimes they'll keep them in longer to get trained while they get paid. I mean, why train your own people? Have the United States military train them. That way, when you go to war against the United States military, you'll know their tactics. Cartels make a habit of that. They're at least paramilitary. In reality, they're military organizations, and President Trump's taking that approach. Does that make him not the peace president? I don't think so. Maybe it's the policing president. So there's that P. That P can stand for a lot of things. For me, sadly, it stands for something else. Something that's very, very bothersome to me. The P. We'll talk about this in a second. You know, we finally found the people going to watch our house when we leave. Got a friend of mine who served in the military. Special Forces is going to come over and spend some time in Idaho. And I'm encouraging them to go down to the chainsaw party down at the lake. You know what the chainsaw party is? I won't be here for this. That's where we take chainsaws and we cut open Hauser Lake and soak in it. It's a fun time. It's a fun time. See if you can do 13 minutes. Go, give it a shot. Just make sure that you have someone there to get you out of the water if you do the 13, because that's a hard crawl, I'm here to tell you. So I'm going to be down in Mexico, and my family's going with me. I'm going to go down to Renew Healthcare. Now, I'm toying with something. See, these stem cells that they get from umbilical cords, they're so good at this. They do everything that can't be done in America, starting with donor stem cells. They know the people from whom they get the umbilical cords. They monitor the health of the mother and the baby during pregnancy and afterwards. They pay for the birth. That's illegal up here. This allows them to reject 80 to 90% of the stem cells because they're not potent enough or they show signs that they couldn't be safe. So they only accept the very best stem cells. That's not possible here. They don't do that here. We're not using donor stem cells. You don't even know where they're coming from. Then they culture the very best stem cells that are safe and pure and potent and powerful. So they create more of them. That's illegal up here. I'm toying with the idea of getting something aesthetic done. Not because I'm worried about how I look. I'm not. I mean, there's no way I'm going to walk around looking good looking because I'm not a good looking person. But I could get hair replacement. Did you know that instead of having those plugs in there, stem cells can actually bring your scalp back to life, your hair follicles back to life? They can, because that's what they do. They're building cells that destroy inflammation. Or maybe I'll just get my ears. My ears are super wrinkly because I'm getting old. So maybe I get my ears shot up. Maybe I get my wrinkles gone. Now, I don't want to do that. Honestly, I like my wrinkles. I think they add character. I think my wife likes my wrinkles. But it would be a way for me to show you how this works. I will have a follow-up on my back. I'll get a follow-up MRI so you can see the difference it's made on my back. And it's not just things like backs and joints, etc. It's also neurological issues. People who've had traumatic brain injuries have incredible results with this. ED, people have had incredible results. And it rebuilds that area of your body rather than putting in a pump or putting drugs into your body. So go check them out. It's Renew, RENUE.healthcare, renew.healthcare. And I'm going to be in there in mid-December. I'd love to see you there. Renew, RENUE.healthcare. Tell them you're part of the Todd Herman Show family. So it's healthcare, except it's not. President Trump is the Pfizer president. Donald Pfizer Trump. Trump went and got the so-called COVID vaccine and flu shot for whatever insane reason. The COVID shot he got in his body, if he truly took that shot, if I was his staff or his family, I'd say, do not let him get the shot. As the guy who, he's my president, I'm praying they gave him a saline solution or one of the less dangerous bastards. I am praying that. And the flu shot is not as harmful by far as the Pfizer shot, but President Trump decided to do this. And the shot, this formulation, it was designed to work on I don't know how many other generations ago of COVID. It has no capability to work on the current generation of COVID. But this is the same president, Donald P. Trump, who took a criminal cartel into the White House to celebrate them now making even more mRNA shots.
We are ready.
Look at RFK Jr. in background.
The president also mentioned
out of frame.
$70 billion in the next few years from Pfizer.
Look how far out of frame he is. Look at his face, RFK Jr.
Hello. I really think this is an historical moment because also I can put that behind us and focus on the things that I want to spend my time. Cancer treatments, to bring better obesity medicines, to bring better vaccines, to bring things that people value.
Good. Give us our money back for the COVID shots. Good. Give us our COVID shots back, money back. Give us that back. Get us all the double blinds. Get us all the placebo studies. Pay us back for everybody you harmed. And President Trump standing there nodding for more mRNA. The peace deal is, I pray to God it lasts. I'm so sick of seeing people unalived in the Middle East. I'm so sick of seeing children hurting. I'm so sick of it. I can't imagine how God feels about it. You know Jesus weeps. The prosperity, I want that so much for a country. I have a daughter. I don't want her to own nothing and be forced to be happy with that. I want the prosperity back. I like the fact that President Trump has a relationship to people, all these P's, but the harm that is possibly going to be done by the continuing generations of mRNA is incalculable. The harm that's already been done by the mRNAs, in my judgment, is incalculable. I want it to be Donald Peace Trump. I fear it's Donald Pfizer Trump.